Welcome back to another episode of Clown House Spam Communication, where for the next 5 to 50 minutes you will be spammed relentlessly with spam. Congratulations, everyone, on participating in this spam social experiment.
You're a clown, but why can't you contribute something better than your stupidness and you're the actual
He can't. If he could, he would have. He can't.
Finance, do you believe that is flat?
Yes, can you show us how you can have a mass of water without a container? If you believe
Can you show me
Gravity.
that?
Gravity.
the gravity changed 3 times?
Yeah, can you
Science of
prove
gravity.
to us that your mind is not flat?
Wait, hold on a second, bro. Does the science of gravity change 3 times, and is it just a theory to this day?
What the fuck?
Midas, you don't understand scientific theories. They are very powerful. They're almost like facts. They've been constantly, tested and approved. Theories aren't just your beliefs in the colloquial sense. They are actual, strong scientific evidence. There you go.
Yeah, that sounds great, man. I wish it was real for them. I mean, it makes them sound real stupid. Right? They would say that we're supposed to follow the great philosophers of time, but they ignore Nietzsche. Nietzsche said you're supposed to ask and question everything. So we have no science to back gravity, or that a ball can have water on the surface, that you can have a mass of water without no science. I can't take it seriously. But even if
Can I question my mind? Yeah, can I question that your mind is flat?
Can you first answer
Oh, that was funny. That was funny.
So mass of water without a container. Answer that question. Then we can go for it. Go ahead.
I think that your mind is flat. Prove me wrong.
Wait, hold on, Midas. Are you saying that we can't model water being in a place without a container?
Facts. There's no mass of water. You can't do any chemistry experiment without a container, a beaker, or some form of containment.
All right, is our atmosphere a container?
Our atmosphere will have to be contained. Because they're trying to tell us that our atmosphere is directly adjacent to a vacuum. And that means our atmosphere will not be contained.
Oh, yeah. I don't know, bro. I think this is a losing battle, irrespective of, because I actually am very sympathetic to flat earthers, but I feel like the worldwide conspiracy is hard to swallow, pause, and I feel like, I think that's pretty much it, the worldwide conspiracy. It's just very difficult to swallow.
Well, that's just a feeling, brother. We have the World Economic Forum, we have the United Nations, we have NASA. These people make $56 billion a year, so they're incentivized to lie. If it is a lie, they'll be incentivized. So if they can't show us an actual gravitational experiment, then how can we take them seriously? If everything they say they have is theory, then I can't take them seriously. They can't prove what they're saying, right?
But there's a bunch of people that agree with the theory. What do you do?
Why take it seriously? That's appealing to authority and appealing to consensus. That's actually idiotic. If you understand Nietzsche, this is why I brought up Nietzsche.
I was calling for getting cooked my
everything, force people to prove their thoughts. But see, these people are low IQ, so they can't handle it.
What about all the mathematical equations and physics and all of this stuff that supports gravity?
There are none. See, right now gravity is quantum theory. Right? It was changed 3 times. It was Newton, then it was Einstein, and then it was Einstein, and now it's
gravity with quantum theory.
Stop learning science from Facebook, Midas.
What the holographic
Are you going against scientific observation? Obviously wrong. Are you going against
What do you think the
scientific
clubhouse IQ?
Midas, do you use Facebook?
You don't have no science to back you how you act. Can you show us the experiment that keeps water on the bowl, and you can add water to that bowl?
Yeah, can I ask you something? Do you use Facebook? How many hours do you use Facebook daily?
I'm not on Facebook, dummy. Can you actually answer a question, or are you just going to deflect like a little crybaby?
I'd like to interrupt here, if I may. I just want to welcome you all back to your own super stupid hypnosis session where you will waste your time listening to really stupid shit. Congratulations, everyone, on wasting your time yet again and falling prey to the word hypnosis game known as Clown House. I give you back your Clown House.
It's only on Clubhouse that you get to experience the mentally ill so up close and personal. Thank you, comedy.
You mean like my?
Having a difference of opinion isn't a sign of mental illness. Being an incessant troll, I think is a sign of mental illness. But if you think that believing that the scientific community isn't like truthful is a sign of mental illness, I would just love to know what is that illness, because what you are dealing with would also be considered a mental illness, because the consensus of the world throughout history has been agreeing with the existence of a God. So for some strange reason, you don't think you are mentally ill because of your atheism, right, Andrew? And I'll just ask you, what's the symmetry breaker between an atheist and a flat earther, such that the flat earther is mentally ill but not the atheist?
Well, the symmetry breaker is that you're sympathetic to one of them.
Well, no, the difference is that the person who claims they're atheist has nothing to back them. Me as a flat earther, I actually have evidence and experiments to back me. He's actually using Christian science.
What's your favorite flat earth experiment?
Idea that
The curvature of the earth, obviously.
What's your favorite flat earther experiment,
The
Midas?
curvature of the earth, obviously.
That's clearly not answering the question I just asked.
Well, let's reframe this as a negative. Midas, what topic do you feel maybe that you are insufficient in knowledge of? What do you not actually know, Midas? What do you think you're weak in? What subject areas or topics do you think you're not really well versed in, Midas? Go ahead, Dr. Midas.
Midas, what name us a flat earth experiment?
Can you show me how you can have water
Wait,
outside?
can you show us a flat earth experiment?
The rule.
Experiment in Facebook. Sure.
I mean,
Midas, can you show us a flat earth experiment?
Yeah. I get a bowl of cereal, and I can imitate Africa and Australia, right, and all that stuff.
What kind of cereal is this?
So you use Fruity Pebbles to represent America, and you use Cocoa Pebbles to represent Africa. But after a while, doesn't all the cereal tend to mix? And do you use whole milk or 2%, Dr. Midas?
You know people are like repulsed by you, right, Piper? You know everyone's like repulsed by you, but they're nice to you because they know you like mentally fragile. You know that, right?
Okay, concrete.
You take advantage of it by being an obnoxious weirdo.
You got it, concrete.
No, is that clubhouse spam, clubhouse politics, clubhouse projection? What type of spam is that exactly, Dr. Concrete?
Be so fucking obnoxious. Tone it down a little bit.
Anybody.
Alright, so the great flat earth experiment was you take some cereal and like container it for some reason.
Like you can have a mass of water without a container. Can you get a cup of water to drink without a cup? Go ahead.
Interesting.
Water to drink without a
I've
cup.
never thought about it that way, Dr. Midas. Have you ever taken a sprinkler and just sprayed it up in the air and caught all the driblets and the water coming down in your mouth as it makes you all wet, Dr. Midas?
Like directly from a
Have you ever been to the park where they let the drinking fountain just run on auto and you're drinking from the drinking fountain and consider that the earth is flat and maybe you don't know the truth of the earth or the math? How does the water just keep coming out of the drinking fountain without even pushing the button? How did those mechanical geniuses get the water to flow?
It's called pressure, and that water comes from a container within the drinking fountain itself.
People on Clubhouse are fucking wild.
Reservoirs which are leading to the drinking fountain. So again, you're pointing to containers. Can you show us how you can have a mass of water, more than 1 or 2 droplets? Not
Can you
condensation.
repeat the cereal experiment for us?
Yeah, my cereal experiment works better than anything NASA ever brought. What do you have? What do you have?
Yeah, can you tell us about the cereal simulation experiment, Dr. Midas?
Yeah, can you run us through the cereal experiment again?
How do you have a mass of water without a container? This is just one question.
Wait, but run us through the cereal again. Run us through the cereal experiment.
No, because you're saying that round Earth exists, and round Earth is.
I didn't quite understand the cereal
It's not that
experiment.
complicated, dum-dum. It's not that complicated, dum-dum.
You have to go with.
Will you run us through the cereal experiment again?
Yes. What about when it
I'm
rains?
asking him.
Okay,
Can you run us through the cereal experiment?
You're doing a chemistry experiment without a container, a beaker, and
Yeah.
Wait, but can you give us the cereal experiment?
Why can't you figure it out? You're so dumb. Why aren't you smart?
You got
Concrete understood. If Concrete understood it, maybe he could run it through for us.
Oh, that's gonna be
obviously. Obviously. So you get a bowl. You get a bowl. You put water in it, and you can construct the consonants with your cereal pieces, right? Now the issue is try to do that without a bowl. Go ahead.
That's an experiment.
Yes.
What is it testing?
If you get a bowl haircut at 3 p.m. on a Friday and they charging you $20 for a bowl haircut and they don't even give you the fame, I'm just asking a question here. Welcome back to another episode of Clown House Hypnosis, where people talk about anything and everything. It's a total waste of time. It's political. It's projection. It's hypnosis. And it's spam. And it's generally very low IQ. Talking about nothing and wasting all your time. Anyways, I'll give you back the mic. Thanks for listening to my little interlude. I'm going to go read a book and go to the gym. I am complete. I give you back to your spam.
Yeah, your brain deadness was too powerful for me. Yes.
The brain rot has fully set in. The name of this room, bro, is called Brain Rot.
That's the smartest insult I've ever heard in my life.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Brain Rot. It's a banger. It's called Brain Rot. Welcome back to the Brain Rot. Hi, everybody. To all the brain rot sufferers out there. Welcome back to the Brain Rot. Welcome back to the Brain Rot. That's right, it's all brain rot.
Come on, Bob.
Well, hold up. I have to change so you can raise your hand.
Well, this is showing y'all a little
Can you move comedy to the Google?
Right, it's asking about the rain clouds, so there's no container for that water. It's up in the sky, flying around. There's no container.
We're so fucking obsessed.
Welcome back to the Brain Rot, Brain Rot, Brain Rot, Brain Rot.
You want to respond to everything I say, bro? Like, get a fucking hobby, read a book. Go play a video game or something, you obsessed weirdo.
Okay, I'm trying to ask about rain.
Sorry, Roy, I apologize. Go ahead.
Wait, what is the container that holds the rain in the sky before it rains?
The cloud itself is water vapor, right? That's a container that contains water. We're talking about vapor.
What contains the water?
You're running from the argument by running to clouds. So when the water comes from the clouds, does it come like out of a bucket or does it come in droplets?
Run the clouds
I'm looking with water, and this is why your rain clouds won't help you. So can you go back to experiment and show us how water can stay on the surface of the ball? I have a cereal bowl. Very simple. Everybody can go and get it.
I don't know what is the container.
Just fucking listen, Roybus. He's talking.
You don't know what evidence is.
What are you talking about?
You're a killer.
Listen, I don't get how that's funny, but that's how evidence works.
Evidence exists and there's evidence.
Yeah, the evidence is this. Look, there's no fingerprints. There's no fingerprints on the gun. The evidence is pointing to no fingerprints being on the gun. That's what the evidence is. No fingerprints being on the gun. And they claim that they want to use to bolster it, right? Hey, a ghost did it. My evidence is there's no fingerprints on the gun. It isn't good evidence. But you know what it is? It's evidence. No, it's
I'm going to create a new room. It's going to be called Clown House Brain Rot Spam.
Niggas started coming in. I'm on my heel, boy. Comedy pop up, boy. Let's see how funny you were.
He gonna put us on his YouTube. He's so irritating.
Oh, you know, it's not funny.
Yeah, this nigga.
This shit.
Okay, this is Clown House Brain Rot Spam. Did you hear them? That was funny. They like she immediately labeled me as not funny and spam, and she used the hard R on me. Okay, this is Clown House Brain Rot Spam.
What do you have? What do you have?
Can you tell us about the serial simulation experiment, Dr. Myers?
Can you run us through the serial experiment?
How do you have a massive water without a container? This is just one question.
Wait, but run us through the cereal again. Run us through the big cereal experiment.
No, you give me because you're saying that round Earth exists. And round Earth exists.
I didn't quite understand the cereal experiment.
It's not that complicated, dum-dum.
You have to go with
You run us through the cereal experiment again?
Yes. What about when it
I'm asking him.
rains?
Is he run us through the cereal experiment?
You're in the chemistry experiment without a container, a beaker,
Wait, but can you give us the cereal experiment?
Why can't you figure it out? You're so dumb. Why aren't you smart?
If Concrete understood it, maybe he could run it through it for us. That's going to be
Obviously. So you get a bowl.
Poor hacks, and let them be turned out to grass. Proof is only possible in mathematics, and mathematics is only a matter of arbitrary conventions. And yet doubt is a good servant, but a bad master. A perfect mistress, but a nagging wife. White is the lash of the overseer. White is black is the watchword of the slave. The master takes no heed. The Chinese cannot help thinking that the octave has 5 notes. The more necessary anything appears to my mind, the more certain it is that I only assert a limitation. I slept with faith and found a corpse in my arms on waking. I drank and danced all night with doubt and found her a virgin in the morning. Chapter 46, Buttons and Rosettes. The cause of sorrow is the desire of the one to the many, or of the many to the one. This also is the cause of joy. But the desire of one to another is all of sorrow. Its birth is hunger, and its death satiety. The desire of the moth for the star at least saves him satiety. Hunger thou, O man, for the infinite. Be insatiable even for the finite. Thus, at the end, shalt thou devour the finite, and become the infinite. Be thou more greedy than the shark, more full of yearning than the wind among the pines. The weary pilgrim struggles on, the satiated pilgrim stops. The road winds uphill. All law, all nature must be overcome. Do this by virtue of that in thyself, before which law and nature are but shadows. Chapter 47, Windmill Words. Asana gets rid of anatomy consciousness. Pranayama gets rid of physiology consciousness. Involuntary breaks. Yama and Nayama get rid of ethical consciousness. Voluntary breaks. Pratyahara gets rid of the objective. Dharana.
Wouldn't it be great if you could read and manage your business?
Nan-in, a Japanese master during the Meiji era, received a university professor who came to inquire about Zen. Nan-in served tea. He poured his visitor's cup full, then kept on pouring. The professor watched the overflow until he no longer could restrain himself. It is over full, no more will go in. Like this cup, Nanin said. You are full of your own opinions and speculations. How can I show you Zen unless you first empty your cup? Gudo was the emperor's teacher of his time. Nevertheless, he used to travel alone as a wandering mendicant. Once when he was on his way to Edo, the cultural and political center of the shogunate, he approached a little village named Takenaka. It was evening and a heavy rain was falling. Gudo was thoroughly wet, his straw sandals were in pieces. At a farmhouse near the village, he noticed 4 or 5 pairs of sandals in the window and decided to buy some dry ones. The woman who offered him the sandals, seeing how wet he was, invited him to remain for the night in her home. Gudo accepted, thanking her. He entered and recited a sutra before the family shrine. He then was introduced to the woman's mother and to her children. Observing that the entire family was depressed, Gudo asked, what was wrong? My husband is a gambler and a drunkard, the housewife told him. When he happens to win, he drinks and becomes abusive. When he loses, he borrows money from others. Sometimes when he becomes thoroughly drunk, he does not come home at all. What can I do? I will help him, said Gudo. Here is some money. Get me a gallon of fine wine and something good to eat. Then you may retire. I will meditate before the shrine. When the man of the house returned about midnight, quite drunk, he bellowed, Hey wife, I'm home. Have you something for me to eat? I have something for you, said Gudo. I happened to be caught in the rain and your wife kindly asked me to remain here for the night. In return, I have bought some wine and fish, so you might as well have them. The man was delighted. He drank the wine at once and laid himself down on the floor. Gudo sat in meditation beside him. In the morning, when the husband awoke, he had forgotten about the previous night. Who are you? Where do you come from? He asked Gudo, who still was meditating. I am Gudo of Kyoto, and I am going on to Edo, replied the Zen master. The man was utterly ashamed. He apologized profusely to the teacher of his emperor. Gudo smiled. Everything in this life is impermanent, he explained. Life is very brief. If you keep on gambling and drinking, you will have no time left to accomplish anything else, and you'll cause your family to suffer too. The perception of the husband awoke as if from a dream. You are right, he declared. How can I ever repay you for this wonderful teaching? Let me see you off and carry your things a little way. If you wish, assented Gudo. The two started out. After they had gone 3 miles, Gudo told him to return. Just another 5 miles, he begged Gudo. They continue on. You may return now, suggested Gudo. Another 10 miles, the man replied. Return now, said Gudo, when the 10 miles had been passed. I'm going to follow you all the rest of my life, declared the man. Modern Zen teachers in Japan spring from the lineage of a famous master who was the successor of Gudo. His name was Munan, the man who never turned back. The Zen master Hakuin was praised by his neighbors as one living